Got my volume going up, I hope. I can't hear myself. Can you hear me? All right, I'm glad you... There I am. I had to turn my volume up. I am live from the garage, as you can see. Aaron is behind the cameras doing the audio and everything. If you want to talk to me, go ahead and hit a chat messenger video request or audio request on Facebook Messenger chat. Don't have to show your face, but if you do call in, just realize that that gives us permission to use your face and voice on this live stream. So try to keep it to a few minutes to try to get everybody on, as many people as we can.
And unlike Robert last night, no profanity, please.
I was entitled to at least one profane drop there.
You had about 10.
Did you really? I did not know that. All right, we're going to Caleb. If it'll load. We're waiting for it to load. There he is. What's up, Caleb? Up full screen. There we go.
That blue gold crown looks really cool.
You like that?
Yeah.
That was just kind of happened. I don't have him on here.
Really nice.
What's up?
Looks really nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I was just gonna paint it, and I thought, maybe like a light green or something, and then just kind of hit me as like, I'm gonna do something different and go like turquoise.
I see the gold B deck shield return.
The gold B is there. Let me turn the camera down a hair so you can see a little better. There, well, that's a little better.
My TV on. My TV is on.
I see. So what are you watching there, Law and Order?
Yes, it's in the theme song right now.
I see, just coming on, top of the hour. So what are you up to today?
Nothing much.
Nothing much?
I did bowl yesterday.
What's that?
I did pretty well in bowling yesterday.
What'd you bowl?
I only bowled a 95 in the first game, but I got a 1.
Hi, Jeff.
3 in the second game.
Not too shabby. I see you got the window open as always.
It's close. It's just on my fans blowing on it.
Yeah. Yeah, we had the big storms last night. What'd you say we're going up to today? Almost 90?
91 today.
It's going to be warmer than you know what? The last time it was only in the.
I know what I'm looking at.
Today's up near 60.
There we go.
And
hey, my camera down.
It's going to be up near 60 for us.
That's not too bad. I won't miss those temps.
Partly cloudy.
Yeah, we're clear and sunny after last night's little storm. Seems like this becoming a common occurrence on our Monday night for Bowling League. So
which rig do we have on this right now?
Got the Brunswick, the gold one that just says Brunswick in script. That was the one that was on Sunday. I figured that was kind of timely with the gold B on the deck shield. And I thought we'd stick to the Brunswick theme with the gold crown masking unit that made its return. Not the same one, it's a different one. This is not the same one that was up before.
Remember April, what day are we going live for the Brunswick Center's birthday?
We'll be doing that, I guess, on Sunday. We'll call it Sunday. Somebody else might have a birthday coming up too Sunday. I'm not sure who, but...
Nobody important.
Nah, probably not. You might be on the other side of the camera here.
But I do hear someone next week has a birthday coming up. He's not in the chat yet, but... So everyone make sure next week to say happy birthday to Rep.
We're going to get the confetti cannon ready for happy birthday, Brunswick Center.
We will. We got some little confetti cannons set up here, and we'll probably do that.
No problem at all, Charles.
And then we'll do it while do that and go off while it's cycling.
We will.
While it's cycling.
Cool. All right. Well, good talking to you again as always.
Yeah, good talking to you again.
Yeah. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye,
Take care.
Caleb.
There we go. If you would like to just call in and do audio, that's fine.
Who wants to call in next?
If you can do just audio. Let's see, we had the Pro Tour Sunday. I don't know if everybody got to watch the Masters. Here we go.
That was fast.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Or do I have to do something?
Hit. There you go.
I don't hear anything.
Ethan, are you there?
Hello, hello. I think I can hear him.
Hello, hello.
Hello?
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Alright. Yeah.
There we go.
Can just barely hear you, Ethan.
What's going on?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hold on. Hello?
Okay. Yeah, that's much better.
Alright. I don't have a webcam.
That's fine. We can talk audio. What's going on today?
I got school off today.
You did what?
There's a delay.
Did you say you got school off today?
Trying to position the microphone here. We got a very primitive way that I'm doing that. There we go.
Big delay.
Yeah, Bowler Forever. Call in on Rob's Facebook page. And Ethan, mute YouTube and go by the audio on Facebook. That'll get rid of the delay.
Oh yeah, that's where we got a delay on
Alright, I got it back. Not watching the video because there's too much delay.
that. Okay. So you're in Ohio, correct?
Yes.
How do you said? Was the exact pronunciation of that last night?
Is it Chillicothe? Chillicothe?
Chillico, right?
No. Chillicothe.
Chillicothe.
Okay. I'll make sure I get that right.
So it's Chillicothe. Okay.
There we go. I'm making notes of that. I know I've seen that name before because Mike and I drove up to Ohio, or actually we flew into Cleveland, drove down to Akron, and went by Riviera Lanes. And I know Aaron and I drove back from Cleveland a couple of years ago, and I know we kept seeing that name, and we kept like, how do we say that? You know, kind of like if you're from Texas and you see the county called Bexar, everybody says, oh, it's Bexar, but it's not
Oh,
Bexar.
yeah, and that's like Arizona with, I used to think it was Tuscan, but it's Tucson.
Right. Yeah, I always thought Tucson was Tuscon, but it's Tucson. Just the opposite of what you would expect. I don't know. Screw English language. So you bowl at Shawnee Lanes, correct?
Yes.
It's in an older place?
40 lane house. It's from the 80s.
Is it?
So,
What kind of
Yeah.
machines do they have?
pin setters,
Yeah.
they're Brunswick A2s.
Oh, nice. Good, good.
They are kind of finicky though. Like the rack gets stuck in the back of the lane and then it just like drops the pins. And the rack pushes forward and knocks all the pins down.
Oh, no. Like the rake gets caught behind the deck, it sets 10, and then the rake comes
and it will
loose.
just automatically re-rack for no reason.
Oh, jeez. So I guess they are truly A2s.
That has to be fun during
They
league.
do have people maintaining them back there, but there's a lot of issues.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of work. If you get behind on your maintenance on those Brunswicks, they can be very, very finicky and hard and unreliable. Yeah, I mean, you have to get them set good and then just give them a little love every once in a while.
Hi, Christine.
I kind of wish they had the Brunswick crown pins, but they have the AMF Amfleet.
I always like the crowns. I think it disappointed me when I was growing up and I'd go to the bowling alley, they get new pins, I'd see the crowns came out and they put stripes in. Just kind of disappointing. Then you know you're stuck
Those
with
aren't
them.
as cool.
Yeah,
Also, another thing that happened was, my friend Lucas, his pin got stuck in the back of the ball return, and his raw hammer got completely destroyed.
oh no.
And he had to use one of my other friend's balls for the whole league, and he did not do that well.
I'll bet. I mean, the bowling ball is the thing that's got to be fit to you, and it's kind of hard to just pick up somebody else's bowling ball and be able to bowl with it.
Hi, Don.
Especially because he was basically using an illegal ball because it had a thumb in it, and he pulled two-handed.
Oh, that's right. The whole rule that if there's a hole in the ball, you have to use it, and if you're a two-finger bowler, you just can't use somebody else's bowling ball. I forgot. I didn't even think about that aspect of it.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
think they recently banned the USBC banned plugged bowling balls in national tournaments.
they did.
I don't know why. They also banned they banned like the Trent 2 and a lot of other bowling balls.
Luckily, we just started, Don.
Yeah, and luckily I don't have anything really new, so nothing I have would be on that list. But I know a lot of people just bought a lot of those bowling balls, and now all of a sudden you can't use them. Well, I guess you can in league, but you can't take them to like nationals and
Hi, Kevin.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming by.
I have one of the balls that almost got banned. I have the Electri Hybrid, but they banned the Electri Solid, so I can still use it in national.
So I assume it's just the fact that they're too soft, I guess. They didn't conform to the specifications.
Yeah, but they never really gave out a reason as to what was wrong with the cover stocks or anything. And it's just kind of weird that they banned it only for national tournaments. It's just a little weird.
Yeah.
The term too soft just doesn't work for me when we're talking about a bowling ball.
Well,
How could a bowling ball be soft?
There's a pressure scale they use on them, and they can push on it. I think it has like they really do have a little bit of flex to them, and there's a meter that I guess can read the shell of the ball. And but I know I remember when the whole thing started up, Belmo was, I guess, at the tournament, and they just took all his equipment and went behind a black curtain. And he's like, why can I go back there, and what are they doing, and why are they singling me out? And then it seemed like right after that they came out and banned
because he's a douche.
I think the purple hammer, or the urethane, that was the first thing they came out with, and they said, okay, it can't be within a certain range, and then now this whole list of bowling balls came out right after that, and everybody's been out of shape over that, which I don't blame them. I mean, you go out and buy a new ball, I mean, that's $250 investment probably, and
Yeah,
a lot
for
of,
like the higher end balls.
yeah, and
Like
a lot of,
high performance.
and a lot of people go out and buy new equipment. I mean, whenever somebody wins on TV Sunday, they're out there in the shop on Monday buying the new ball and trying to keep up with the latest and greatest. And, I've just kind of always throw something until that was me.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of pro bowlers have an immense amount of bowling balls. Like, they have almost every bowling ball that's new you can think of. Like, this one, Packy Hanrahan, he has, like over a dozen purple hammers.
Oh, my God. I wonder if he actually uses them all, or I don't know.
I don't even know. He drills them all different, I think.
Yeah, I know all the ball reps, when they go out Saturday, or start qualifying, they all come out usually with all brand new equipment every week. But they want that latest, greatest bowling ball on TV, and they want you to win with it. And then, of course, everybody's got to go out after they win with it and go buy it. So, yeah. And then there's Simonson, who uses like a 30-year-old, was it that grenade ball that he bought? It was new undrilled, like 30-year-old urethane ball, and he bowled with that in a couple of tournaments. And I think that kind of got the urethane push going again, because urethane was kind of gone. Then
yeah, I know Simonson's from Texas. Isn't he from Fort Worth or somewhere like that?
Who is that?
Simonson's from Texas. Isn't he from Fort Worth?
He used to live in Fort Worth, or Plano.
Yeah, I think he lives in Plano.
Well, Plano Super Bowl, but I noticed when he was on TV Sunday, they said he was 15 minutes from home, and they were in Vegas. Because I know he moved from Plano to Vegas to work at, it's a crazy name bowling alley. I can't remember the name of it.
There's a lot of bowling. Yeah, there's a lot of like casino bowling alleys there.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
I mean, it's kind of called like the Freak or the Jerk or something like that. And that was the bowling alley he moved out to Vegas to run. He wanted to work on the machines, work in the bowling alley, and kind of be his thing. But somebody is at our door. Aaron will be stepping away. Amazon, evidently. But yeah, I thought he may have been back in Plano, but because I was in a mag pin tournament where they bowled on magnesium pins, and he showed up to bowl in that thing, and I thought, oh wow, that's kind of cool that he was there bowling it. I I did better than him. But but no, they said Sunday that he was 15 minutes from home in Vegas, so I guess he's still living in Vegas. But he is he is from Plano though.
Yeah. You know who Brandon Novak is?
Yes.
He's from Chillicothe.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah, he still bowls at Shawnee Lane's on League, like every Wednesday for League, unless he's not like has to go out on tour.
Right. Yeah, I remember Dale Ballard. Dale Ballard is from the area. Chris Barnes is from the Dallas area.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of who else is from the Dallas area.
Sean Maldonado.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's from Dallas, I believe.
You know, I think he may be from Plano Super Bowl also. Because really, Dallas doesn't have a bowling alley anymore. I mean, we have USA Bowl that I bowl with on Monday night, and that's really the only
that's
true...
Kind of like this. Yeah, it's a little bit outside. It's like on the southern part.
USA Bowl?
I think.
It's in West Dallas. Well, Northwest Dallas. But it's really the only bowling alley left in Dallas that's a true bowling alley. Everything else is those new, crazy blacklight restaurant, novelty
I don't
bowling
like
alleys.
those because they never have like just plain old bowling. Like that'd be fine where I just like some casual bowler, but it doesn't help me for competitive bowling.
Exactly. Because our league was at USA Bowl. We moved to this Bolero in Addison. It used to be a triangle bowl, and now it's a Bolero. And we moved up there because they thought everything's going to be much greater. I don't know. But we went up there, and the machines didn't run as good, but it just felt weird, and I bowled like 20 pins under average every single game. I never had a great game up there once, and I just didn't enjoy it. So I was glad to go back to USA, and I started bowling better again. So I was kind of glad to make the switch. I'm just not a fan of those. They weren't really built for it, and then they're not kept up well, so they're not. League bowlers know the difference,
Wait, isn't 9-pin bowling like in Austin, Texas, or something?
San Antonio. San Antonio has a bunch of German bowling clubs. It's a big German community down around San Antonio, and there's really cool. Look up Boulevardy. There's a bunch of them down in San Antonio. They bowl like 9-pin, which is, if you ever seen it, it's like where they have 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, and
it's like a diamond shape.
Yeah, and we were gonna bowl in something back in January, and that was the week that I messed up my knee. We had the ice storm. It's like everything happened that week, and it's like, don't go. And so we ended up not going. I couldn't bowl anyways. But we're gonna try to think again in July and go down there and try a 9-pin tournament down at one of the.
If you've been in the Cleveland area, have you been to Mahal's?
Yes,
Lakewood?
I've been to.
I went been there, but it seems cool.
Yeah. Oh my God, Mahal's was like my dream. I mean, it was, and the only thing that I've heard about that they did to it that I don't like is I heard that some new owners came in and they put down synthetics. So
I wish I would have kept the wood lane.
I know. But see, it's 2 stories. There's downstairs and upstairs. But I've got
Yeah, because it's 10 on each story.
Yeah, I've got I got a ton of pictures from in there because Aaron and I were up there like 3 or 4 years ago, and we got in there and the lady let us in before they opened, and we took tons of pictures. And evidently, from what I understand, they used to be pin boys in there. So the lanes were laid out, and the back wall is where they would sit when they did the pins. So when they came in and put in the automatics went up against the back wall, so there's no walkway behind the pin setters. So when you do any machine calls and stuff, you have to do it from atop the machine. It's really weird. I think they're built a little bit different because of that, but Mahal's is just absolutely like a dream. I mean, they got they have live music plays in there. It's got a good bar. I've never been able to be there when it's been open because. Have you
ever been to Dickey Lane?
Yes.
Cleveland?
If you look on our videos on the Garage Bowling Alley thing on YouTube, you'll see where we went to Dickey's, and I think I did about a 2-hour bowling thing there with Bill, and he had a couple of people that he knew up in Cleveland. Bill's the one who bowls with me on Monday night, and we bowled for about, almost 2 hours at Dickey's, and then I went back to Cleveland like about a couple of weeks later with Mike and asked Dickey if we could go in the back, and he let us in the back, and we did a bunch of video of Scott came by. But yeah, he let us in the back, and I did a video of how the ball return system works, because it's weird. It's like 1 and 2 returns on the outside of lane 1, 3 and 4 return on the outside of lane 4, so it's a real weird ball return system. And I got some good video in the back of Dickey's on my page.
Yeah, I saw pictures of it. It's like the ball returns are above ground, but like there's like an odd number of lanes. So like the last name's like lane 21 or something, and there's a ball return for just one lane.
Yeah, it's weird. There's 4 ball returns for 8 lanes, but it's weird as you have the ball return, then 1 and 2, then 3 and 4, and then the ball return. So there's like 4 lanes in the middle with nothing there, which is real weird.
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah, I love it.
No, I didn't see those, Don. I'll have to have him do that when we're done.
Aaron's been gone for a few minutes, so if you've commented in the last 2 minutes or so, he hadn't been able to read them. He'll catch up on them here in a second.
I did see your video at Maple. That was pretty cool.
At which one?
Maple Lane.
Yes. I wish I could have bowled there. I've been there twice.
Yeah.
And Maple Lanes, they let us in, but they had a bunch of stuff sitting on the approach, like they had a party, and they just they weren't set up to bowl. I mean, I would have gladly gone back there, because I've done the semi-automatic pin setters before. Back when I was in high school, there was a children's home here locally, and there's a video of Mike and I. If you look up on the Garage Bowling thing about a year or so ago, or just search KDFW 1985 Buckners, I think, on YouTube, and you'll find the video of me and Mike when we were back in high school, and we're working at Buckner Children's Home, setting pins in the semi-automatic pin setter. It's so cool to look at that and go back and see that.
Yeah, well, I have a tournament coming up in May.
Where are you going to be bowling?
Bowling Palace, Columbus.
Oh, cool.
It's the USBD TOC Tournament Champion.
Oh, that's right. I remember you mentioning that last night.
Yeah.
I hope
I do good. I hope I bowl over 200 a few times.
I hope so.
That would help me a lot.
Yeah, I'll bet. But cool. Well, it was great talking to you. Thanks for calling in. And we'll be doing this again throughout the week and next week. We try to just kind of sporadically do something like this. So, Aaron.
Wait, I have one request.
Yeah.
If you next time you ever go on the little the garage lane, try to convert the big 4.
The big 4. I don't know that we've ever picked that up in here, but I'll because we always do the 710. That's always the go-to thing. But we picked that up a few times. So.
Hi, Kevin.
I'm going to start making it the big 4.
And I noticed that Ethan is also a piano player.
5, 7, 10.
We've done the 5, 7, 10. I think we've actually converted that. And Aaron just said he noticed you're a piano player?
Yeah.
Very cool. My mom, 92 years old, and is still quite a piano player. It's great just to sit down and watch somebody who knows how to play the piano and watch him play. It's fascinating.
And also, I've been playing the organ for like 4 years.
Oh, wow. Aaron, Mike is big into organs, pipe organs.
Yes,
So next time we're on,
I play pipe organ.
maybe we can get Mike on sometime, and you two can talk about pipe organs. Or if you look up Mike Freeman. Friend him, he's big into churches and pipe organs and stuff. So
yeah, that's cool.
And for everybody watching, Ethan is Buster Wolf 9999. And he's going to do YouTube Live Saturday morning at 10:55 Eastern Time.
Very cool. Well, I'll try to... Go ahead.
I just recently surpassed 100 subscribers on YouTube, so...
Awesome. Keep it up.
All right, see ya.
Congrats on that.
Thanks. We'll talk again soon.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. There we go. We have an open line.
Do you want to call now, Bowler Forever? There we go.
There we go. Brendan.
Hello?
There we are. Hey, hello.
What are you up to today, Rob?
Oh, we're kind of playing cleanup here. After the little storm thing came through last night, so
Yeah.
I figured
it's 3 inches is quite a bit, really.
Yeah.
Especially for I live in Missouri, so the weather's really unpredictable.
It was about 45 minutes, I think we had over 3 inches, and all we could do is just stand there and watch the backyard slowly fill up and not drain. And
Yeah.
with
Our basement, it leaks sometimes. we don't get like a lot of rain, but every now and then we'll get like a lot of rain.
Yeah.
And the basement will start to fill up. And especially up near my backyard, like there's a few places in the yard where it will just like it'll be like a pool out there, you know. And it gets real nasty out there.
Yeah.
I got a question, Rob.
Yeah.
So if you were to have any other pin setter in the garage, put next to your A2, what would it be?
8230.
8230?
8230 for sure. And then I'd have to get Joe the Pro down here to work on it.
Right.
Because I know absolutely nothing about them. That'd be cool, though, to learn how they actually function. Because I don't know how they detect standing pins, strike cycle, and I know in a Brunswick it does it all mechanically, but how does a AMF 8230 do it? And one day, hopefully, Joe and I can get together and he can explain all that a little better.
I think there's something about
I'll have him check his friend request bowler forever.
Like I still can't, even though you have videos about it, and I've tried to understand them as best as I can. I still can't figure out how it detects how the standing pins are up. Like I'd have to have some overly complex explanation about it to figure it out properly.
On the Brunswick pin setter?
Yeah.
It's all it's got a mechanical brain. I've got a spare one. It's a detector, and there's a rod connected to the deck lift shaft. And I think I did a video on that. But whenever the machine goes down on first ball, it's in one of three positions. And that rod tells the detector either it's an out of range, standing pins, or strike. Because the deck goes to three different levels. And wherever at exactly 90 degrees that detector rod is, the detector will do one of three different things. It'll either cue up the scissors to do a standing pin cycle and do a short stroke and put them back down, or it'll say, hey, you got to strike, sweep them, put a whole new set down, or if it's an out of range, it's the highest setting, and it just pulls a lever that stops the clutch, machine stops, and you have to pull the hook on the back to get it going again, and it keeps the deck from going back down a second time, and then the rake comes up without sweeping, and you get to shoot your spare shot. But it's pretty cool, though. It's fascinating to see a Brunswick pin setter.
That's the thing about the bowling industry is like when these machines started to come together and they started thinking about how to build these automatic machines, it's just amazing that somebody sit down and actually thought about the design and how it's all going to be working and how it's all going to function. And then they came up with the A2, which is one of the first, one of the first mass-made pin setters. And it's just a beautiful thing to watch in the 82.
It really is.
Aaron's 8230, that's something else. I mean,
I think he accepted your friendship, Bowler Forever. You should be able to call now.
I understand A2 more.
So as soon as him and Brandon are done.
They've always had A2. I've never bowled on anything else but an A2.
And
so I know a lot about those.
Yeah, and the first it was an A. Then they converted to A2, which upgraded the triggering mechanism and the time delay and everything. But the original was the Model A. But if you look, I think on YouTube, there's a video, I think it says 1946 is the video, and they have like the primitive pin setter. I don't know if you've seen where it stacks the pins on top. The whole thing flips over, and it worked on a vacuum system instead of scissors.
Great. That was such a complicated design.
But if you listen to it, they said, we just don't quite have it. It's not right yet. It's not ready to go to market yet. And it's like, that is nothing like what they came out with. But AMF.
It wasn't right.
Where it showed 3 different first AMF designs that they never released public, and they only made about, I had to say, like 2 or 3 of these machines each, and they, like you said, that they weren't good enough yet to be put in setters and stuff like that because they're just too faulty. Yeah,
now you can get 58 Brunswick pin setters, sit back. I used to work at USA Bowl when it was Don Carter's, and there's some nights we'd have 58 lanes of league, and I'd kick back in my chair, fall asleep, and I'd sleep through league and wake up, and they would never call me once. Try that on anything else, It's just amazing.
Yeah. At my center, we have a problem with, I think, 5 and 6, lane 5 and 6. It's a big issue with the ball return. First of all, when the ball comes down, it'll make this loud thump noise. Like it'll just go clack, and then the ball will come up. And a lot of times, I think it's not because look, on my league, during the wintertime, we have a lot of little kids, and they can't use 16-pound balls. not too heavy for them. So we'll use like a 6 to 10 pound ball, and it will take like over a minute for the ball to make its way back up to the approach.
Well, if somebody ever throws one of these old rubber balls like I've got over here in the ball rack, I remember when we moved to this other bowling alley, there was somebody who had one every week and it would never come back. And the guy was so mad. It's like, our lane's always broken. I said, no, if you notice, it's always your ball. And you're throwing a 60-year-old rubber bowling ball. They don't work in these machines like the other ones. And the manager finally came over and was like, look, if I buy you a new bowling ball, will you use it and quit using that ball? And the guy said, sure. So he got a new ball out of it.
Yeah, so, like I said, mine, it seems that our balls, like a lot of the lighter weight balls, they'll get stuck right below, right in front of the ball lift.
Yeah.
When it comes after the approach.
Right.
So they'll have to lift up the floor. You know how they have like a piece cut out the floor.
Yeah.
They'll have to push them into the actual ball lift.
Yeah.
And that happens quite frequently.
They're just so light, they just don't act the same as a heavier bowling ball.
Yeah.
And that creates a lot of problems. But cool. Well, thanks for calling in today. It was good talking to you again.
Yep, no problem.
All right. We'll see you again soon.
See you, Rob.
See ya. All right. We have a line open.
Go ahead and call in now, Bowler Forever.
Make some notes here.
Do you want to try calling him, Rob? The last one that you approved the friendship or accepted?
I don't know how I can do that in here. Oh, yeah, I can do it this way. There we go. At least that's the one that I just... Okay, now how... I'm not that technologically advanced here. Let's see. Video chat. There we go. All right, I think I'm calling him. Nope. Oops, I think I just went the wrong way. Called the wrong person. Sorry about that, Brendan. Didn't mean to call you back. I was thinking I was doing something different. Well, call me up. Hit the video chat button, and we'll talk. Let's see, back to bowling on Sunday till somebody calls. Watching Norm Duke's final tournament. It was sad to see him finish. He was number one on top of everybody. 58 years old, number one. Over Bilmo, over Simonson, everybody. All they had to do was win the one game, like ninth frame, came down, left the 4-pin. A little bit high, but disappointing. Then, Simonson came up, did what he had to do in the 10th frame. I think he had to strike on the first ball. He did, and then that kind of sealed the fate. He won the Masters, and Norm Duke lost and retired.
Look at you all fancy, Detroit.
What?
Going to a cocktail reception this evening.
Well. Let me go over to... Let me look at the comments here while we're waiting on someone to call in.
Why don't you call them? You just accepted their friendship. Go to their page, click message.
Not that easy.
Why don't you call them? You just accepted their friendship. Go to their page.
Let me turn down...
Click message.
Not that easy. There we go. Mute that audio. There we go. All right, there we go. Ooh, cocktail reception. The option's still not there. Bowler Forever. Let me try... That was an 8-year-old bowling ball he was throwing?
It still won't let you call?
Let me go over here. Last time I did it... Let's see. Well, it's on the screen here, but I don't know how to do it. Go to Facebook. Okay, well, I'm on here. That's him. Click that. Okay, there we go. Aaron's trying to help me figure out how to do this. Glad he's not able to do it either. Hit the plus. Hit the plus? Where's the plus? Ah. That one.
Request money. Request money.
Send a voice clip or send a request money. I don't think that's going to work.
Okay, go back to your messenger window.
Oops. Christine is calling. Well, we'll talk to Christine until we figure things out here. Christine? Oops, hang on, I don't have audio. Oh, did I turn? Oh, I turned my. Hang on, I turned my speaker up because I was on getting the audio feedback. There we go. Back up now. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Go mute
Okay,
YouTube.
now I gotta mute YouTube.
There we go. Back up now.
Hang on 1 second here. Shut up, YouTube. There. Okay, closed YouTube. I was trying to watch the comments, but that didn't work. Okay, now where's Chris? Okay, somewhere in here is Christine. Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. There we go. There we go. All right. Look how technological. Yeah. How advanced I am.
Mm-hmm.
Not. What's up with you?
Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'll just say that the USBC can put an end to this ball hardness situation very easily. Just put a cap of 10 milliliters of oil on the lane.
Right?
And that'll put an end for getting aggressive bowling balls.
Yeah, I know. They could just change the oil pattern and quit putting all that red dye and stuff in the oil. Don't need to, did you see the one guy bowling Sunday? His shirt started having like a big red splotch on it because he had the red dye on their hands. I think I've even heard the mechanics say, they get red dye all over everything because of the lane oil. Like,
for heaven's sake.
do we really need to have all that?
No, bowling survived for many years without any of that nonsense.
Exactly what I was thinking. And then all the crazy, I don't know, that's why I don't buy new bowling balls, so it's not affecting me. Because, I don't know, I get one that I like, and I bowl with it until it just wears out, and then I get another one, and, I get one every couple of years, but that's it. I don't carry 8 bowling balls over each shoulder and 2 bags behind me into league to switch around 20 bowling balls every week. So, I don't know, I feel bad for everybody.
Tournaments, people, all they do is they bring 20 bowling balls. They don't miss best hand position where they put their eyes or that. Just get a new ball.
Right. Let me turn that light off behind me there that I'm blocking. I got the halo light on the AMF triangle there. Maybe we're trying to figure out what the heck happened to it Sunday when the pin finders with the new masking unit should have hooked up just like the other one. And
Hey,
now
Stephen.
the pin finders aren't working right. So we're going to have to, I sent some pictures to my tech service guy that helped me build the thing and seeing if we can figure out what I did wrong to it.
It just seemed like it was the opposite the other night when you had it all lit up on the first ball.
It was.
Yeah.
I tried it a little while ago, and what's weird, there should only be one power wire going to it, and I've got 2 separate plugs, and I unplugged one, and half the lights lit up. I unplugged it and plugged in the other one, and still had half the lights working. So there's getting some ghost voltage from something. I don't understand why. But then when I reset the machine, it came down, and all 10 lights went out when they came on. So I don't know. What did I do now? I don't know how many times I said that to Rod J, but he's going to have to help me try to figure out what I did. He's thinking maybe I pinched a wire somewhere or something got crossed. I don't know what happened.
Well,
Not good, Stephen.
I love the indication on that gold crown mask unit. Like
Me too. The only thing, this one here, this is an older one than the orange one, and it's not as bright, so it's not as visible. Like when the lights are on, it's kind of harder to see each individual light on them. They're the actual, like the ones on this one now are like they use on the double gold crown. They're a little smaller instead of the bigger lens. So the numbers are a little bit smaller and they're not as bright. Because I know later on they went to the bigger lens, and this one should say Brunswick across the top, where the other ones had Brunswick and gold lettering below the crown. And this one actually has the foul light on it, which that was my thing. It's like, okay, what is this red lens for?
It's the foul light that you can see from space.
Well, I went to get a bulb, and I just wanted a little incandescent bulb, which I have one in my foul light indicator here. It's a 110. It's like a little car light bulb, but it's 110. And I went up there, they didn't have anything, but they had an LED with like 30 or 40 little LED things on it. So when it lights up, you can see it from next door.
I was saying, like in a duck pin or candle pin lane with the single crowns, that follow light, would that be usually the button that lights up when you hit the reset button when you rack a pin?
There it is. You just turned on the foul
Oh
lights.
yeah.
But yeah, you were the one saying that on those, that was when the machine cycling it would come on, right?
Yes.
Interesting. Because I know if you look, which I did a post on a couple of bowling groups the other day, there's 2 holes on the back side of the mask unit just below that. Like something used to mount here, and there's 2 holes for it. Because somebody sent me a picture of a Crown Imperial mask unit with that lens on it, and it had 2 holes on a little piece of wood behind it too. So there's something that used to be there.
Hi, Rajay.
Hey, speaking of Rod J.
Really? Well, the sad part is that ducting place I went to, their desk units and those Bolmore ducting machines were just sitting, rotting away in the parking lot.
That's criminal.
Tell me about it.
I know. You sent me that picture. I'm like, what a cool place. I saw the ball returns. And I'm like, I wonder what's. Then you said, yep, it's gone. They had everything out in the parking lot rotting. And I thought, that's just wrong. Absolutely wrong. Things come here and they're safe in the garage.
Well, it's always good to know that if I could ever get down to DFW area.
Oh, please come
I'll
by.
bring my green Manhattan rubber ball with me.
Oh, you
Yeah,
got one of
please
those.
do.
That's
I
cool.
think I have a pro maker still.
I saw the post the other day where somebody was posting all the picture of the different colored the bowling balls like that. I think there's like a reddish one and then the green one. I didn't know they came in different colors.
The beige one is called a Manhattan urethane, one of the first generation urethane
Wow,
balls.
that must be really old.
Probably about as old as a Black Angle or Brunswick Edge.
Interesting. Yeah, I've got plenty of old bullet, and I did a post about 2 weeks ago. Like, I saw Disters and Strikemore on the top of 2 of them, and I posted, say, hey, does anybody know about these? And I actually got the answer that I needed. And then everybody else started posting pictures of different bowling balls like it too, with the different bowling alley names on the top. I thought that was really cool to see that. So
Yeah, you don't see that anymore. Everyone had their bowling center name on the house ball.
right now they're all like the one Zan used Monday night or Sunday here, just this green. It's got 3 circles on it and 14. That's
Yeah,
it.
you need sunglasses to see them.
Yeah.
Now. Like,
But I think it glows with the black lighting and everything too. So, which I got that up at Tucker's, he's near Amarillo. He has a buyer-seller of bowling stuff. I've gone up there and found a bunch of cool old stuff. Stuff that's only worth something to me. But luckily now, like with the mask unit, I've got little spare parts and stuff to replace lenses and things like that that are missing. I've sent a few parts off to some other people that had stuff missing and trying to help the old stuff, instead of being tossed aside, restore it like it should be and keep it going. Hopefully we're helping. I got a friend up in...
oh, yeah, I want to ask you a question about your lake house, USA Bowl.
Yes.
How come every time we see your video, like, it's 1 to 4 and never on?
Evidently, they've used 1 and 2 for parts. I don't know to what extent, because I even went to the owner and was like, when do you want me to put 1 and 2 back together? I will challenge you to let me put it back together. Whatever we need, he goes, it's never going to happen. I don't want the first 10 lanes in here, evidently. And 3 and 4, I think, work, except every time the little scoring console breaks or somebody smashes one or something, they go down to 1 and 2 and took theirs out. Well, then when they ran out of that, they took 3 and 4s. So now as the consoles break, they just steal. So I think 3 and 4 would work, but you can't do anything on the keypad to do any scoring on it. So they just sit idle, which is, he was using them about, 6 or 7 months ago on Monday night when we weren't as big. And they'd have some bowling practice go down on 3 and 4, 5 and 6. And I think we started on 9 and 10 and went all the way through 58. But now the league grew a little bit. And we kind of shifted down, and now they don't have anybody in there on 3 and 4 at all. So I don't remember the last time they actually ran. So, but yeah,
I know they got the Professional Women's Bowler Association tours there. We'll see if I get my game up to go. It's just going to look strange if I go and you see one that's sitting there in the abyss.
It's going to be interesting to see how well things go, because I know they had a junior tournament there recently, and it was not good.
I'm interested to see how many breakdowns they have.
Yeah, because evidently they had a tournament there about 4 or 5 months ago, and the comments, the moderator came out and said, I'm stopping comments. If you want to complain, call this number, call that, and they've had some since then, so hopefully they've cleaned it up a little bit and fixed things and whatever. But I worked there back. There's a video. I don't think I've got it public on there of me bowling up there when I worked there. I think it was like 1991, and I was after league. I went up and I had to test the scoring system on 57 and 8 and set up 58 and set the camera up there and videotape myself bowling. It was kind of cool. I re-videotaped myself in the exact same position and watched it. It's like, I haven't changed a bit as far as my bowling style. It's kind of neat to see that. But I want to go back and get one from the masking unit looking forward because I had that angle too, and I don't have that on video now. And I'd like to kind of mix them together and kind of do a little montage thing. It'd be kind of cool. But it's kind of neat seeing, Dunn Carter's West when it was Dunn Carter West. Now it's USA Bowl.
Wow. Dunn Carter. They had such a nice ring to that name.
Oh, they did. Dunn Carter East, West, Beach Street, Southwest, and then you had the ones that down in New Orleans. You had them in Florida. They're all in the same chain, and then they...
Yeah, they have one in Baton Rouge.
Yep. And then they slowly sold them all off and closed them and whatever. I think Dunn Carter, or USA is the only one... I think Southwest is still open, but of course not Dunn Carter's anymore. Dunn Carter East closed about 30 years ago. Beach Street closed.
Yeah, it's a children's theater now.
Yeah. Beach Street is weird. You drive to Fort Worth because you could just tell Dunn Carter Lane's the building with the club on the side, and you drive into Fort Worth down I-30 at Beach Street, and you look over and there's a church, but it's the Dunn Carter's building, But they had so many problems with that building and the bowling alley getting ruined. They finally just closed it and said, "We give up."
Oh.
So, but it was cool. Well, thanks for calling in.
The USA Bowl could use the Crown Max pins instead of the M.
I agree. They could use a lot of things. I'd love to see that place.
Hi, Joe. Hi,
get a
Thomas.
Good makeover, especially with some Gold Crown equipment.
I was going to say, get some gold. Also, I like Astroline mask units with the Gold Crown ball return, the shorter one, too. That's a great look.
Oh, yeah. I love the old Star Shields, and that's what they had at Dunn Carter's when I first started, was the Astro Shields with the planets on them.
Yes.
Have you ever seen those instead of just little star diamonds?
The tour at Tucson, Golden Pin Lanes was like that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Isn't that the one that Jess Stayrook picked up the 710 split?
710. Yeah, they closed down, a year or two ago? Sad.
The shame. Terrible.
Darn
Well,
COVID.
thank you for taking my call today.
Well, thank you.
Thanks
Good
for
talk.
calling, Christine.
We'll see you again.
Nice talking to you.
Bye-bye. All right. We have a line open.
All right, Eric, if you want to call, or Bowler Forever. Or Rob, do you want to call him?
I don't know how to do that.
It should be available now.
Oh,
There we go.
Now we got it. And we did it. There we go.
Hey.
Welcome.
In here. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. Finally managed to get a few boxes of pins here. I'm in the middle of doing that right now.
Awesome.
Because unfortunately, it's been very difficult to get pins, and finally I found some recently, and I said, you know what, screw it. They may not match with the rest of the building, but I don't care. I need pins.
Yeah. What do you have there? They're Score Kings or Max?
These are Score Kings.
Oh, beautiful. Those are my favorite right now.
Yeah, so I got
They're
Score
just
Kings, obviously brand new.
Beautiful pins, which is what we got in the machine right now.
Yeah, so we currently use Maxes.
Okay.
But a lot of our pins are kind of looking like that.
Ouch. Are you having scoring issues because of that?
Mangle will take that.
We have GSXs.
Yeah, Mangle would take that. Oh, so they don't work off a scanner or anything. They work off of switches on the machine, don't they?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, they
actually
go.
have you guys
They go
set in
down
the machine right now.
Now, how does that work on an outer range? How does it score with?
So there is a micro switch right alongside, right next to one of the tubes that brings, glides along the table, and there's a switch there. If the switch is activated and it's quickly deactivated, it will not score the outer range. But if it hits the switch and stays on the switch, it knows it's in outer range.
Cool. I've always wondered how those work. Have you always just worked on the GSX, or have you ever worked on the original
Yes.
Brunswicks?
Yeah, we here we have GSXs, but also
I
on
love
lane 21 here.
Oh, look at that! I see candle pins.
Yes, sir. 12 candlepin lanes.
Awesome. So those are new machines for the candle pin, right?
Yes.
I didn't know nobody was still making anything like that.
So, fun fact with that, apparently the place who makes them, they take they buy old Bullmore Model Cs and they strip them down to just the frames, and they rebuild everything off those frames. They just re-weld the frames, clean them up, and yeah, now you have a brand new machine.
How cool.
They just eliminate the elevator
Right.
for the ball to come back, so the balls and the pins go up the same rack now, which eliminates one motor,
Wow.
and of course saves power. But yeah, other than that, they're just like your run-of-the-mill candlepin machines, the old Bullmores, just different name and no manuals.
How much?
Is that Whamsit Lanes? I'm asking you to ask him.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
he says yes. We're trying to.
Yeah, Christine was asking in the chat, and so I just
Okay.
wanted to double check.
Yeah. So how busy is the candlepin side?
Believe it or not, it's if I had to guess, all those machines probably have at least 500,000 cycles on them.
Wow. Wow.
Which is impressive for candlepin machines.
How long have you had those in there?
6.5 years.
6.5?
6.5 years. Yep.
Wow.
Our this lane here, lane 21, is our most used lane. I just checked. It's got nearly 837,000 cycles.
That's crazy. That's
Yep.
crazy. I'm looking at mine. I think I have 8,900 since I put in the pin setter here. Guesstimating. I actually made the frame counter work, and I actually have a lease counter on the back of the machine. I found it up in Cleveland on a house up there. They had the lease counters. They're mounted to the deck lift shaft, and it actually has a little arm on it. And it took some trial and error to figure out how to mount it, but there's a lease counter on the pin setter. I like stuff like that.
Yeah, I actually go to a place about 40 minutes away from here. They actually have the frame counters right behind the front desk.
Oh wow! Yeah, see, I've got. Well, you can't see it here, but like I've got the actual box on the wall. Yeah, there it is, right there, and it's actually got the little frame counter built into the switches and everything. Oops, I just lost the microphone.
Yeah,
there.
you did something to that audio.
There we go, back on. I forgot the mic is sitting under the laptop. We're very technical here.
Yes.
I didn't know how to
And
hook up the
you
audio.
sound like you have a mic on. Are you wearing a mic? Or is it your AirPods?
Pins going in.
Will you ask him that?
Oh, he's asking if you're wearing a mic, or is that just the mic on your camera?
It's actually my AirPods.
Okay, so he was right.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So do I need to do AirPods?
Evidently, they sound great.
Maybe I need to, because I've got an actual mic pack on here where I'm listening to earbuds in my ears so I can actually hear the feed. And which is what we do in the garage. So when I'm in the back, I can actually hear what he's saying to me without having to yell and wave and throw out other stuff. So
Right,
how many lanes do you have total there?
It's made my
36.
life
We
much
have,
easier.
8 VIP lanes. Then 9 through 20 is candlepin. 21 to 36 is 10 pin.
Wow. So y'all must stay really busy. How long has the place been open?
6.5 years.
Oh, so that's all brand
Oh,
new
wow.
construction
Yes.
then. Sounds,
We are actually the 12th center in the world to actually have Brunswick Sync.
Wow. So y'all must have a good crowd in there.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds
Definitely.
like. Yeah, it's Candlepin. I mean, that's nowhere near around here. So I mean, it's all up in the Northeast, I guess. And I think.
Yeah. I still
was-
have to send you my pins. They're
Yes.
all ready to go.
That'd be
Packed
cool.
up. I just have to send them to you.
That'd be cool. Get to me. I can give you the address and reimburse you for shipping and stuff too. Cause I know. About Charlie went bowling in, was it Indianapolis? Was that Candlepin or Duckpin? He did up in Indianapolis somewhere. I thought that was kind of odd. That was
I don't remember.
yeah. Forgot already.
I don't know. I think there's a place in Wyoming that's even got candlepin.
Really?
So, I believe so. Yeah, I believe there's a place in Wyoming that's got a few candlepin lanes.
I got a video.
Or-
A friend sent me a link earlier on YouTube, and it was like a 12-year-old video of it was like a small town. I think it was in Wyoming, and it was like a little 8-lane Gold Crown bowling alley, and they had one downstairs, and then the lanes they said weren't long enough, so they had to build a bowling alley upstairs, which was Gold Crown. The one downstairs was like abandoned. It was all Crown Imperial stuff, and it was cool looking at it. And then I went and looked at it and said, yeah, the place has since closed. So I'm like, please tell me the stuff is still there.
I see Joe's record comment there. My bounce out record is to the arrows.
Oh wow!
For 10 pin, I've actually brought a candlepin to the foul line though.
I was just about to ask.
I know when I worked at USA, well, Don Carter's back in the day, we would invert the curtain and we had the Sparetronics, which I still wish I could find a Sparetronics unit. I have half of a unit, but you could set up the back row on a Brunswick pin setter and we would sling it at the back row and you could bring them all the way back to the foul line. But you had to have the inverted pit curtain. It was hard to get them past that. So.
Well, welcome to the pin graveyard, man. My other mechanic just came in.
Gotcha. That is a cool place. I'm going to have to look that place up and see some more pictures of it.
I imagine he has videos of it.
Fun fact, I actually just rolled the house record here a little over a week ago.
Really?
What'd you get?
800 in the building.
10 pin or candle pin?
10 pin.
And what was it?
816.
Aha! Speaking of house record, talking to house record, USA Bowl, Don Carter's, which has been open since 1977. Here's my Al Bundy moment. 858, house record.
Wow.
So, I did that about 10 years ago, I guess. 278, 280, 300. 33 out of 35 strikes.
Wow.
Because
I went 259, 257, 300.
Wow. That's amazing. And I've only done...
I got tapped a couple times, but unfortunately last week I didn't get that kind of luck.
Wow. You sound like you're pretty good, though. What's your average?
Let's see. In that league, I'm currently averaging about 237, although we're only like 4 or 5 weeks, a few weeks in.
Damn.
But in my sanction league, I'm kind of falling back a little bit. Kind of in the mid 220s, low 220s right now.
Kind of like where I was last night.
You were barely getting 200 last night.
I think I hit 200 one game. Last night was just one of those nights where I felt like, how have I ever averaged 220 in the past? I just couldn't do anything right last night.
You should have gone to the bar and got a margarita.
Exactly.
That always helps.
Should have. I needed something last night. It didn't work for me last night, and we lost all of our games. But they bowled really well, and they always do against us for some reason.
And Eric, we have another question in the comments for you.
We have a comment for you, Eric.
KalebisAwesome has asked if you would cycle one of the pin setters. I think we're on the wrong end to see it.
Yeah.
Can you cycle a pin setter for somebody watching our live feed?
Let's see. I'm on a laptop here, so bear with me. Let me know if you can see it.
Yeah.
There we go. That looks good.
All right.
Wow, good bowling, Stevens.
Oh wow! Look how those are brand spanking new pins. Say that's pretty impressive.
That's loud even for me. Brand new pins.
Aaron told me that. I saw the butts coming up the pins and saw how clean that wood was. I'm like, man, those things are brand spanking new. Have they even been bowled on yet?
Nope.
Not yet.
Just threw them in.
Awesome.
I had to jump on that audio real fast. It was like all of a sudden we were at a 1 through 10. We were at 12.
Oh, wow. That's cool, though. Well, thanks for calling in. It was good talking to you.
Yeah.
I hope we can talk again some more.
Yeah, I'd love to. Hopefully I'll be in the candlepin machines next time.
Yeah. Call me up. We'll do this again. Try to get in the candlepin machines. That would be cool as heck to see that thing running.
Yeah,
yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure.
Very cool. We'll keep cleaning.
Yes.
That makes them. I firmly believe clean machines. I used to vacuum between them every night. I'd go down with the vacuum about 20 lanes a night and vacuum in between them. And, got to keep the machines clean or they gunk up and get dirty and their balls get dirty and everything else. So.
Oh, yeah.
Keep it up.
Definitely.
Cool.
Yes.
Nice talking to you.
Yes, pleasure.
All
Nice
right.
to meet you, Eric. Thanks for calling.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, we'll
Take
see you
care.
again soon.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right.
Wow.
Hey, Joe, do you want to call in next? That was really nice.
That really was. See an actual on spot or on location.
Yeah, getting
Like
to
that.
watch the AMF machine running from behind. Or GSX.
Yes, I believe.
My brain just...
I know. They look a lot alike in the operation. The way they set pins. That was pretty cool, though. I like seeing the new pins in there too. The Score Kings, of course. But let's see. We had bowling Sunday. Who the heck was in the first one? Dang it, I'm already forgetting. I guess I was so caught up in watching Simonson. Oh, it was Brad from Kyle and Brad. I think he went through the first couple of games.
Hi, Copper and Silver.
Almost blew it, and they gave him...
Do you want to call in and ask, or do you want to ask in the chat?
Wait for our next call in here. The line is open. Look for me on Facebook Messenger, Robert Natho. Hit the chat button. Let me check my friend request, make sure nobody's trying to find me that way first. Not currently. I think I'm caught up in all my requests there. We're getting a lot of people today. Anybody? There we go. There is my favorite 8230 pin setter pin spotter mechanic.
What's up?
Not much. Just kind of enjoying a day off in the garage here, not working on anything. So.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing.
Are ya?
Yeah.
Very cool. No working tonight?
No, we don't have any leaks tonight, so.
Good. You need a break every once in a while.
Yeah, it gets to be a lot.
Yeah, you bowled quite a while Sunday.
Yeah, I was going to end it sooner because I started really early.
Yeah.
But we just wound up bowling.
And it's good. You got the 7-10 split once?
Yes,
I need to go back and watch that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I know you wore Zach out.
And was there any manipulation to the back end of the... None. So that was...
No.
Like here we got the... Dirty secret. We got the curtain inverted here. Of course they're going to...
It's no secret. We tell everybody.
Yeah, I know. I think at the beginning we didn't, and they're like, hold it. It's like, all right, you got us. Curtain's inverted.
Yeah, there's on the 30s, there's not really a way to manipulate it, like with the curtain or anything.
I know Josh did when we bowled over in the 8270s. He did something to the curtain on that one to make the pins kick out a little bit.
Well, yeah, on the 70s, you can unhook the curtain from the top and just fold it over the
That's
weld
what he
bin.
did.
But on the 30s, I don't have room to do that because there's a table rod that connects right above that, and the curtain tube won't fold over there.
Okay. I knew there was something he did on the 70s, but I've worked on 70s before, but it's so many years ago, I can't remember exactly. He had to show me how to do respots on there. But we got him and his kid, Hayden, was up there shooting splits and stuff. Speaking of splits, did y'all see Karen last night in league? 6, 7, 8, 10. And she came back and she's like, not that I can, but if I were to put the ball somewhere, where would I want to hit it? I said, shoot at the 10 pin. And she threw the ball, went right down there, slid the 6 into the 8, 8 hit the 7, 7 didn't fall. That would have been one hell of a video. But it was cool watching that last night, though.
Yeah.
Let's see, lane 11 made it through league without the rake arm breaking completely off on the 10 pin side. It was, if you've watched the rake on 11, it came down crooked every time. So I know there's some kind of a hatch job going on with the rake on lane 11. So,
Are those welded?
They come not welded, but then pretty much
They
everyone
were.
has.
I don't know about what they are now.
Well, when they break, they weld them right there. Because if you look at every Brunswick pin setter, there's that one spot. It's like right where the stop bracket is. When it comes forward, it stops there, and they always stress crack right there. If you don't adjust the rods right, it'll slam forward harder than it should, and over time, it cracks them. and then they fall off. There's a repair slug you can get in there. It's like an aluminum slug, which I took one up there and tried to give it to him one time to fix lane 19 because it was flopping loose every week. And he's like, no, we got it. So I've quit offering help and trying or doing anything. But you're supposed to put a slug in there. I think they had, because it broke last week during league, and I saw he had a big long rod. So I think he put like a big fat broom handle basically in the tube, and then I don't know if they duct taped it or something. But this week it looked like it was fixed. But lane 11 ain't fixed. But
Is that like a corporate-owned bowling alley?
It's like a what?
Is it like a corporate-owned bowling alley?
No, it's just a family down, I think from Houston. It's a Filipino family. They own a bowling alley down in Houston, and then they bought USA Bowl, and then they bought one over in Fort Worth also, City View.
Oh, okay.
So they own City View, and I guess Josh, this is kind of his, I think the other family runs that one, and Josh has USA Bowl. So, but it used to be corporate. It used to be Don Carter All-Star Lanes, which was east, west, Beach Street, southwest. Then you had them in Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Florida. There's a whole bunch in the chain, and now it's just USA Bowl. But the only bowling alley left in Dallas.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about. Because, I mean, I have a few bowling alleys around here. But, I mean, they're all smaller, but still good to have a few different locations.
I know. Aaron, or we saw that one, I'm sure you saw it too, that like little 6 or 8 lane bowling alley that was for sale with the old AMF equipment. Had the like glass brick facade on the front of it, had a bowl sign over the door. Colonial Lanes, he left, of course. I'm out here by myself. But it was an old AMF house. I think it was for sale like $130,000. It was like it was in a small town somewhere up in Michigan, I believe.
Oh.
I thought, man, that would be cool right there. Even though they were, I think they're 80, I don't know if they're 8230s or 70s, but it had the stream lane masking units in them, the AMF above ground ball returns, AMF score tables. Do you remember the name of that bowling alley that was for sale? Colonial? No. Started with the C, I thought. But anyways, it was cool though. I said, man, that would be the dream right there. Buy a cheap little small bowling alley somewhere like Pawnee Lanes that I went to near Cleveland, Ohio. I think they were about a 10 lane or 12 lane AMF house. Had the above grounds. They had new masking units, and they had just put 70s in about 20 years ago, but they used to have 30s.
Yeah.
Nothing beats the 8230 though.
Yeah, I know. Keep the 30s as long as you can.
One day you're going to have to explain to me. Oh,
It is called Carson City Lanes.
Carson City Lanes. That's right, because I thought it was in Nevada, but it turns out it's up in Michigan.
Yep, Carson City, Michigan.
8 lanes? It's a small town up there.
I believe so.
Like he said, like 1,000 people in the town was it. So you figure the bowling alley's got to be the central attraction.
Yeah.
But, forgot what I was going to say. That happens.
Is that a 8230 respot cell I see hanging?
I told you I had one. It is an 80. Let me get that if I can get it down. First, I'm going to turn off the halo light on this thing, because I see it right behind my head. There we go. This was up at Tucker's. They had like a big bin outside. He had these 8230 respot cells in it, and I snagged one, and he was looking at it like, oh, that one's still good. And I'm like, well, I figured if it was sitting outside in the weather and all that stuff, it must not have been good. But
that's that respot cell's from the head pin, the 4-pin, or the 6-pin.
oh, really? They're different.
So see how that black bracket's on there?
This one here?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So that's actually one of the brackets that mounts to the distributor track.
Okay.
And the 1-pin, and the 4 and the 6-pin respot cells all have that little bracket on the back of them, because that's where the track mounts to.
And it's cool how it works. Like it slides. I'd probably pinch a finger off here, but how it slides.
Yeah, please don't.
Different, back and forth to wherever the pin's standing to pick it up in that actual spot. And the rubber pads on it are still good.
Welcome back, Buster.
But I saw that as like I gotta have it. I got the distributor track up, hanging over where my truck would park. But I figured I had to have an 8230 part. I got the sweep, I got the distributor track, I got the respot cell, got some other AMF stuff.
Yeah,
that I showed you pictures of. Anything like old like that, if I see it, I try to grab it and try to snag it. It's cool to have stuff.
Actually, and I was cleaning out the back a few weeks ago, and behind a bunch of boxes, I found an old sign. It had to be from around the Vietnam War time because it was a Bay of Pigs sign.
No way. Oh, that's right. I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. It's like, that's cool. You know?
I was like, and I'm a history nerd, so
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, now that is.
That's why I
that
love
is-
digging. Because we went to Twin Lanes the first time up in Cleveland. They had the downstairs bowling alley and the upstairs. And the upstairs has been closed for 30 years. And they bought stuff at auctions from other bowling alleys around Cleveland. That's where this mask unit came from. And the upstairs was just packed full of stuff on the lanes. There was no way to use it again. But we just got up there and was like, if you see something, want it, you know, put it to the side, we'll cut a deal on it. And we found all kinds of cool stuff up there. You know, old bowling stuff. I got big Brunswick catalogs from the 50s, and I got like an old men's room bathroom sign over the bathroom that I saw. It was like something out of the 50s or 60s. It was like, it just looked cool, so I had to grab it, and a bunch of other stuff too. So Aaron's changing batteries in his microphone, but yeah, I like stuff like that. So
Yeah, no, I do too. I think it's awesome.
yeah, one day if you get down here, you'll get to see everything, and then you can explain to me how an 8230 actually works. One day I want a full tutorial on that. Like, how does it
You have
know?
to come up here.
I would love to. We need to do that. I'm off in a couple of weeks. Maybe we'll work something out one day if I can talk to corporate.
We'll see. Buster, where is Holler House? And no, we do not have any GSX parts.
Where is Holler House is the question.
And
where is that? I think it's in.
They were just there a couple of weeks ago.
Let me look that up. Slamhaus.
Definitely be a cool place to visit.
Oh yeah, definitely. How old is that place? Isn't it like
Wisconsin.
Teens or 20s?
From 1908, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Wow. Oh, that's right up by David H.
Oh yeah, it's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
That'd be cool. But there's a lot of places up by you, aren't there? Some older places?
Oh yeah, there's a few. I mean, all the bowling alleys around here, they're like, especially like with the Brunswick machines and the AMFs, they were all put up in like the 50s,
Wow.
60s.
See, I don't have any of that left here anymore.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm looking at your pins on the shelf there. I think I've got...
Oh yeah.
Are those historical pins to you or just cool pins on the shelf?
Well, I mean, ever since I started bowling, like from the day they first took me in the back to show me how the machines worked and how the pins got reset, they gave me like a few bad pins, and ever since I just like collecting the pins. So.
I think mine started in grade school. We found an old mixer pin that somebody had thrown out one morning walking to school in grade school, and we brought it home, and after that it just kind of like, I want to get another bowling pin. Went to the bowling alley, knock on the door, and they finally opened it up and try to get an old pin or two from them. Or one day they had the dumpster.
What do you want,
full.
kid?
Yeah. That's what they tell Mangle when he shows up now. Hide the pins. But
yeah, I actually have them sitting on a AMF suite. If you can see.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
I did not even I just looked at the pins on the shelf. I didn't even see my box is covering up right where the little the gutter part is.
Yeah.
I just now noticed it's an AMF suite. Did you see me with the actually it's right here. Who else would have an 8230 sweep?
Oh, that's an old one.
Yeah, with the clanky rods in them. I had to put some foam tape around this end because I was running it and it was making all kinds of racket.
Oh my god.
And because the other end actually I had to take one end off to get the thing apart and to be able to put it on the machine. And I took the rods off, cleaned them up, and I put some foam tape around here to kind of keep down the noise because they were way too noisy. But I drilled, actually these bolts with the washers, I kept the Brunswick arm, the Brunswick raker would mount on, but the AMF one mounted on the inside. I drilled holes sideways through the Brunswick arm so these can mount onto the side, which is how I put it on the machine Sunday.
Gotcha.
So, because these ears on the back came up about an inch.
Yeah.
They came up about an inch short on each side. So I just drilled holes in there and
Hi,
mounted it on that
M-Flight.
way. So Another one. I got the 8270 one here. Always hanging up. It's the green one. I wanted a green rake sweep. Sorry. I wanted green, so I got a green one and I have a red one. The red one here came from up in Oklahoma. Mike and I were doing a bowling alley thing like 16, 17 years ago. We just drove up through Oklahoma, hit up a bunch of bowling alleys. We was coming back through and they were redoing the inside of the bowling alley and had thrown a bunch of these out. So we went by and didn't even ask. We just grabbed one, threw it in the back of the truck, and took off. But yeah, they were upgrading everything. Evidently, the place. You know what the coolest thing about that place? It used to have the AMF robot sign outside, with where you see the. I'll have to ask Mike where that was in Oklahoma, but it had the big bowling pin bowl where you see the magic triangle thing.
Yeah, I have that. I have a shirt. I have one of those shirts from, that website from Triangle Bowl.
Yeah, Bo Little.
Yeah, I have one. I wore it the other day.
Yeah, I saw that one. I love that.
Yeah.
That's so cool. He sent me one. I traded him a power supply for a Gold Crown masking unit that I hope worked, and a crown. He has a Gold Crown masking unit without the crown. So I sent him that, and he sent me the little Brunswick Bowler Guy t-shirt. But there's a couple more I'd like to get from him, too. But, yeah, I've got when Eastridge Lanes in Amarillo took out their 8230s, I saw the covers on the back that had the circle on them. And it said, save me a couple. Now I've got like 10 of them. So some of them have duct tape across them where you can kind of clean them up and they're still there, but they all have that cool AMF logo on them. So I've got a stack of those here.
Didn't you say they took those machines out like 2 days after you went there?
Right after I was there. They were taking out the Magic Score and the 8230s because he had bought some 8270s from somewhere, I think in Nevada or something. Dan Tucker is right up there by Amarillo, and he buys and sells stuff, and I guess he cut a deal through Tucker and got some 8270s and pulled out his 8230s. Plus the guy that was maintaining all the 8230s, this didn't happen then. He passed away about a year or so ago. He was friends with the guy that had Ken Cliff Lanes.
Uh-huh.
And I guess when he died, it kind of, spooked the guy, Glenn, I guess, that did Ken Cliff, and that's about the time that Glenn just said, all right, I'm done. I'm going to move on and play with cars instead, and took out his 4-lane bowling alley.
I agree with you, Stephen.
But that was the guy that did all the 8230 maintenance up there at Eastridge, and then I think he put in their 8270s when they pulled out those. So those videos that I have of that machine is probably the last time that machine ran. But it's cool. He sent me a picture right after he did it. He pulled out the machines, pressure washed the whole thing, cleaned everything out nice and clean, and then they put the 70s in. And he has the faux star shields. They're panels, but they're like little, kind of comical, but they're like diamond shapes on them. So it kind of looks like star shields, but they're just panels. It's pretty cool, though. It's a cool split house. You walk in and you go around to the counter, and then there's like 16 lanes on each side. And then there's like the bathrooms are down below and the snack bar and everything's above on the opposite side of the desk. A really, really, really cool place. It's right on Route 66 in Amarillo. So, and it's got an old sign out by the street with the big bowling pin and bowling ball. It doesn't look very good these days. He wants to get it fixed back up and kind of have it done up.
I think COVID kind of delayed that.
Yeah.
Because the last time I was up there, he was about to start it.
Yeah.
And then COVID started a couple of months later.
Evidently, things have been going really good. Last time we were up there and talked to him, he said business was, picking back up. It's kind of a poor side of town, and they have a bunch of undesirables that walk around behind the building and stuff. There's like a trailer park next door, and I think they put up a fence and try to keep. That's where we got 17 of the gold pins. We had the PBA gold pin set that Josh got them. So I need to get Josh to we need to bring Josh back over here. And we need to get the gold pins back over here one day.
Yeah, he needs to get those 2 pins per Hayden out of my dining room.
Ones that Mango made for him.
And Buster, not yet.
The 30s still.
I know. One day, I'm going to sit down. Maybe we could do it together, and you can explain to me. We'll do a 8230 tutorial video or something, and I want to know how it knows standing pins and all that other stuff. What is the brain of the 8230 and how it functions? So.
Well, now it just detects the standing pins from the score camera now.
But how did it, in the day, when they first made them, how would an 8230 know if you had standing pins or not? Was it like respot cells?
Oh, well, yeah. Where's that respot cell you had?
Right here.
All right, so on the back side, like right behind that black bracket.
There's a switch.
Yeah, is there a
Look at
micro
that.
switch on there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you close the respot cell, like if a pin was in there,
Yeah.
so close it, it'll press on that switch.
I'm looking for where the little ow. Okay, there's the switch. Now I see it.
So that's how it knew. It would be wired to the table.
Because I know, like on the 8270s, you'd strike and it wouldn't even come down. It just said, okay, you got to strike, sweep, and it would set a new set.
That sounds really
Yeah.
cool, Buster.
I'm trying to open it back up here. There we go.
Have y'all heard of Holiday Lanes in Columbus?
Holiday Lanes in Columbus? No, I have not.
It's a 4-sided center, and so there's lanes on all 4 sides.
I've never heard of a 4-sided center before.
I know. I just made a lookup list so I can look that up.
We try to make notes while we're going here. I have like 5 pages of people and their names and stuff on here, so we can kind of go and, somebody tells me something, I try not to forget it. But it looks like a little
Yeah, we try to have facts on everybody.
modification here for. I see some duct tape on here. There we go.
Yeah, on the pad.
Like
Yeah.
it wore out, I guess. They put about 10 layers of black duct tape on there. So if you ever run out and need one respot cell and your place is going to shut down or something, let me know. I can hook you up.
I've literally got so many respot cell parts.
Really?
I don't even know what to do with them. Like
Where do they come from? Just other places that closed? You just bought
Yeah.
their parts?
I mean, we've collected them over the years. So
Right.
I always keep 2 good ones upstairs that I rebuilt that I know that are good
Yeah.
to put in if I have to. But downstairs I have probably like 30 respot cells
Oh my
that are
gosh.
full built,
Yeah.
and then on top of that I have 2 complete tables that have all 10 respot
Crazy.
cells on each.
So is there
So-
anything you don't have? You said something about like the lift rods or something that are hard to come by.
What did I say? Probably
Vertical lifts or something?
oh yeah, so we still have the old vertical lifts at our place, and at the East Amarillo lanes that you went to when they had the 30s,
Uh-huh.
theirs were modified where they had the PBLs on them, the positive ball lifts that go on the 70s.
Right?
But in order to put those in, I think that there's like a different frame that you have to have for that side of the machine.
I know when I did the video at Pawnee Lanes, if you look that one up, he was telling us something about the bowling alley. There's something weird about it. Like, it actually was further apart. I don't know. Look up Pawnee Lanes on my video list. It's in a playlist under, I think, Bowling Alleys Visited. There's something about the ball return on that thing that it was special or unique. They had to modify or do something. I'll send you the link to it later. But it was kind of cool seeing the little old AMF house like that. But that was cool.
Oh.
But yeah, one of these days, hopefully soon,
Yeah, come down here.
I would like to. I really would. We'll talk more about that.
Yeah, that
So-
way I can visually show you the inner workings.
That'd be so cool. That stuff like that keeps me up at night.
Yeah.
I know there's
I,
a meme, I think, or some cartoon thing. It showed like 2 people laying in bed. It showed like one sleeping and the other one this thing over his head. It had like nuts and bolts, like hundreds of things. I said, "That's me." I'm always thinking of things. So, all right, cool. Hey, it's good talking to you as
Are
always.
those saying things in the comments?
Do what?
What is that about the comments?
I thought I saw something in the comments. I haven't been looking.
Aaron can see them. I can't because if I pull it up, then it starts playing audio and the 30-second delay screws things up.
I know KalebisAwesome asked how your 8230s are, but other than that, I haven't seen one.
He's looking. He's checking.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
But
And-
for those of you who don't know, this is Joe the Pro. And if you're not subscribed to his channel, go check him out. Joe the Pro on YouTube. Subscribe. He's trying to hit his 1,000 subscriber mark.
When he gets to 1,000, he's going to use his twisters.
I can't wait to see what happens. Have you not bowled with him once, even in private? Nope.
No.
If you're kicking pins out at your place with the other ones, you can't wait till you put those twister pins in.
I know. I can't. I really can't.
So people, help the guy out here. Come on. 1,000.
Maybe that's when we'll have you come over when we put them in.
Oh, that'd be good timing. So we need to push people. We're trying. We started our live Sunday with you on there, so if people tune in and like, why am I seeing 8230s? That was Joe the Pro doing his live at his bowling center.
And I saw a question from earlier that I must have missed.
Maybe that's what it
Buster
was.
Wolf. Yes, we do have twister pins in the garage, and they're a lot of fun to bowl on.
Yes, they are. Right now they're kind of buried. I need to get the 4 star shields out of the garage to Mike's. We're supposedly doing that hopefully this coming weekend. And then I can
hope
get
so.
the pins laid out better. They can be organized better. And then I can get to everything better. And I'm going to still have one mask unit mounted here on the sidewall. The other one is still, there it is. There's the other single lane. But the full one is going to be right here off my other side. So all that stuff's going to be 1 2-lane masking unit, a star shield. Which I can't wait to get that up too. Along with, let's see, I have 2 other gold crowns over there. I got the AMF Stream Lane 21. I've got 2 more. I think Aaron's hearing this for the first time. 2 more gold crown masking units coming from the shipper guy whenever he gets here with them.
No, I knew.
There's
Mike told me.
another Stream Lane 21 at the hangar, along with another gold crown at the hangar, along with the teardrop ball return, gold crown ball return.
I have no idea why he's buying all these. They're exactly the same.
One day, I'm going to need them all for the bowling alley we're going to buy, and it's going to go full retro.
There you go.
He's like, your plans is buying a bowling alley, my plans are being on a cruise ship. So
Exactly. The only bowling alleys I plan on seeing in the future are pin setters with strings on a cruise ship.
No, we were on a cruise ship one time that actually had a string pin setter. It was like a little, it was kind of like that one Ron was bowling with last night, if you saw that.
Is that like a duck pin lane?
Yeah, something like that. And,
Yeah.
Well, his was like a string thing, which he sent me this one that's hanging right here on the string. That's one that Ron sent me. And but that bowling alley on the cruise ship, it was like in a sports bar. They had it. You could go in and bowl in it. I don't remember seeing anybody use it, but
It was way too expensive. It was like $12 for one game.
yikes! Yeah, we didn't do that.
No, I'm not doing that.
How much a game?
I think he said $12. He thought per game.
Yeah, on the cruise ship,
But you're on
$12.
You're on a cruise ship though. You get drunk one night and everybody's sitting in the bar drinking. They're gonna.
Yeah, they put it in the sports bar for a reason. You're sitting there drinking beers for 4 hours, watching sports, and then all of a sudden, it's a great idea to go bowling.
Well, when you're on a transatlantic cruise that's going from Florida to Europe and you're at sea for 10 days straight, you're gonna want to try everything. We never did though. Next time though, maybe, hopefully. But, anyways, cool talking to you as always. Love talking to you.
Yeah, thanks for calling in, Joe.
And
No problem.
we'll do it again soon, and I'm sure we'll both be on again Sunday.
Yep.
All right, cool. Good to see you.
All right.
Bye.
Come down here. See you later.
You bet. Bye-bye. All right.
And I agree, Stephen. I hope the string setters do not take off.
No. I hope they get taken off.
Yeah. Do you have any missed calls over there? I thought I
think I
heard it
can-
ringing a time
I
or
think
two.
my phone tells me that. Oh, Scott. I guess he already just stopped by.
Yeah.
Nom, 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 nom.
Or who wants to call next?
I don't see that I had a missed call.
I thought I heard one, but
Oh, actually, I can check my notifications.
hey, Rep.
Rep, want to give me a call? Line's open.
And actually, Rep, I was talking about you earlier.
He was. I know 2 people who have a birthday coming up here pretty quick.
I hope they cut the strings too, Jeff.
I always say, oh, here we go. Here's our visual aid. This is the only tool you need for a string pin setter that I can't get out because it's in the wrong way. Now I get the other one. There we go. When you have a string pin setter, this is what you use on them. Cut them off. Put in free fall pin setters. Brunswick A's, A2s. People quit pulling Brunswick machines out and scrapping them. It's not right. It's criminal. But we have a line open. Facebook, Messenger, chat. Look for me, Robert Natho. I think it's in the top right corner. I don't know.
Depending on what device they're using.
That's true. but chat me. We'll talk. Got any questions, comments? If you watched League last night, thank you for putting up with my dual video outages. They're very finicky on that. Aha.
There we go.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Rob, can you hear me all right?
I can hear you just fine.
Excellent.
Will you turn your video on, Rob?
Turn my video. What does that do? There
It
we
puts
go.
your picture in the bottom right corner of my
There
screen.
we go. I forgot to do that. I'm sorry. How are you this morning? Or this afternoon, I guess I should say.
I'm good.
Good. You sound good.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
sound really upbeat.
Just got home and run some errands, get some coffee. That was my treat.
Very good.
Had to just get out of the house because it's a rare occasion.
Sometimes you just got to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you know my story. I'm
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much homebound, so my
And-
aunt wanted to come over for my birthday, so
There you
went
go.
out and stuff. Just real quick, couple hours. 'Cause
How's the
she
weather
has really bad arthritis, so we're all sick.
How's the weather up your way?
It's pretty nice. It's like 56.
Ooh,
Nice.
that would be nice.
Me, it's
Especially-
good. The colder the better.
Yeah, we're back to full sun, 90 degrees. Probably humidity's skyrocketing because of all the rain we had last night. 3 inches in about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow. We were
Not
supposed
good.
To,
We got lots of cleanup to do still at some point.
when was it? 2 days ago, I think. We had a front come through, and there was supposed to be severe storms and stuff.
Yeah.
And I heard a couple of gusts of wind and one rumble of thunder, and that was it. So
Yeah, we
not much of severe storms.
we had hail. We were standing in the garage last night trying to figure out what to do about the rising water outside the back door because it wasn't able to drain quick enough, and I could just hear the hail pinging off the garage door. So I don't think it was very big, but we had hail, and I know where Mike lives, they actually had a tornado up in that area, and he's got a fence around his house. He kind of lives out in the country, so it's not like a regular fence like you're thinking, but I think several sections of the fence got blown over, so he got pretty good wind damage up there last night. I think he was
It's been rough
hunting.
down there for you guys. I know
It's becoming a weekly
couple of
thing.
weeks ago. I was gonna say when your league had to start late because of the weather
Yeah.
and stuff.
And then same thing last night because Bill and Karen came and picked me up because they were talking about the big storms coming through during the league, and then they didn't want me to drive my truck up there, so they said we'll just come by and pick you up. So they came here, got me, but they brought me home and left right before it hit, and then about 20 minutes later, flip a switch. It all happened. I've seen worse, but you know,
It's weird, like this area that I'm in. I mean, we do get severe stuff. Like we've had hail. My car had hail dings in it from years
Yeah.
ago. Not very often and very small. You know, not like where you're at. Especially like I know Oklahoma's had ridiculous hail and tornadoes and
we
stuff.
got caught in a huge hailstorm. Was it about 2 years ago? We had Mom out. It hadn't rained here in forever, and she's like, "I want to see some rain." So it's like, "Well, let's go for a drive." There's some rain up to the northeast, up around where Mike lives. I said, "We'll just go on a drive. We'll go looking." We used to do that a lot more, and we just got away and went on some country back roads and everything. And we're about to head home, and it's like, "Well, if we go that way, there looks like a good storm developing. Let's go drive through it."
Oh, it was a good storm.
It was. So we got up, and it was like purple and pink when we got in the middle of it, and we had like a massive hailstorm for like 20 minutes. And I thought when we got home, the car was going to be just looking like a golf ball.
Golf ball, yeah.
And
more aerodynamic. You get
but we
better
kept
gas
driving.
mileage.
But we kept driving. We didn't stop. We kept driving and we were getting hit. We were laughing about how hard we're getting pelted with these big hailstones. Got home, and there was hardly a mark on the car. So I think the moral of the story is if you're in a hailstorm, don't stop.
Yep, keep moving.
Moving because it disperses the impact. So there's your public service announcement for the day. If you're in a hailstorm, just keep driving because we almost had no marks in the car. I popped out a couple of dents, but that was it. But I thought our windshield was going to shatter or the sunroof. We were getting hit so hard. So just keep
I
driving.
see a lot where the hailstorms down your way, really, they literally do just destroy cars. They literally look like
That's
golf balls. The windshield is
Big
lost it in
business.
7 spots.
Big business here. Whenever you have a big storm, here come the hail roof inspectors. The cars are out, doing dentless paint repair everywhere.
Yep.
So it's getting more and more common. So what do you know in the bowling world today?
Not much. I watched the Masters. I've been following along with this ban on the storm balls.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Europe, and
We were talking about that
this
earlier.
whole thing is such a crock, dude.
Yeah.
I want to personally punch Chad Murphy in the face, the USBC director,
Yeah.
and for one reason, okay? If they really did this testing and it's true and these balls were too soft, and that's fine. Everybody complains USBC doesn't uphold the rules enough, and they don't do enough for you, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. USBC, they've done enough for me. I have a box behind me with like 30 friggin' rings in it. I've gotten my money out of USBC
Right.
and ABC. But I really want to punch him in the face just for the fact that he did that in the middle of the Masters. Are you out of your frigging mind?
I know it, because Belmo, I saw that post where he said, hey, why are they taking my balls behind a curtain and I can't go back there? What are they doing?
He refused it, and I was all for it. I said, they're not going to show you what they're doing to your equipment. Don't give it to them.
Yeah. And
Just all he had to do, because the balls already got used for a squad. That's not fair.
right.
At the end of the tournament, that's my only gripe. My only gripe in the world.
Like, what prompted that to happen so abruptly and so quickly?
Apparently, it's been brewing for almost a year, is what I heard. I can't vouch for that, but still, I don't care if it was something that they pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. If they did, push it back another 5 days. Let the
Right.
Masters finish, and then you set the rule. And all this is really only affecting the PBA guys and the bowlers out at Nationals.
Right.
Because
But a lot of
league-
people bowl nationals, and that's their yearly thing, and they spend $500 on a couple of bowling balls. You want to take them to nationals and use them.
Yeah, and I mean, there's the people. I mean, I worked in bowling centers for almost 20 years. There's the people that high average or low average. Some of them are fine doing it, others aren't.
Right.
They have their one ball. They buy one ball a year, and that's it. And that's the only ball that they own.
Right.
So now you have to go through this whole exchange process. I mean, Storm will get you your ball back. I have no problem believing what Storm's saying, that everything will be taken care of. But what about that poor person? You
Yeah.
know? What do they average? 110 or 210?
Right.
It's not fair.
Right. Yeah, I don't understand what prompted all that so quickly, and why they did it when they did. I think that's what got everybody so upset, which I don't blame them. So, I'm not bowling
it
nationals
really-
anyways, but still, luckily everything I've got's older. I haven't bought a new ball, and I bought a Kingpin ball a couple of years ago off eBay. Bill saw it. I think I won it for $25. My brand new Kingpin ball. Had to have it.
I
Yeah.
just use older stuff.
I agree with you,
Years
Sean.
back. My
And I just added you in the
used to
group,
put
by the way.
in the slop sink at work with the hot water and lean stripper, bleed all the oil out of them,
Right.
and people thought I was out of my friggin' mind. And I said, look, my ball won't hook up. I have too much speed as it is. My ball isn't going to hook a wrinkle. It's full of oil. I said, give me your ball. It's not going to be like brand new, but give me your ball. Let me bleed the oil at it, and you tell me the difference.
Yeah.
After that, there wasn't a day I was at work that there wasn't a ball in that slop sink.
Yep. I remember. Go ahead.
Sean in the chat is saying that he doesn't understand why the entire tournament is double elimination, yet Duke didn't need to get beat twice. Simo should have needed two wins to beat him.
Norm Duke.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
Duke would have only needed one because he was undefeated until that point.
I
Right.
can actually explain that. It's
Yeah, please do.
And it is a crock because it's a double elimination tournament. If you can't get the airtime, that's you got to tell the network, look, this is what we're doing. Because really, that's not fair to Norm Duke. Norm Duke still has a game to lose.
Right.
He was undefeated until the show.
Right.
But
the PBA takes over the broadcast of it. USBC runs the tournament, and then on Sunday, the broadcast day, the step ladder is run by the PBA.
Right.
So they could have actually used the banned balls on TV, and I'm surprised nobody did, to be honest.
Guess they
Because
didn't want
the
to have
TV
any.
show is not USBC anymore; it's PBA,
Yeah.
and that's really a crock. I've complained about that forever and ever, but like they just had the senior queens out in Vegas at the Gold Coast, as a matter of fact, right where the Masters was, and that was true double elimination. Anytime it's televised, though, it's stepladder, and they don't give them the airtime in case of that. Well, there was also a tie, so I mean they gave them extra time regardless. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they should keep the format that way. It's really not fair. That one guy bowls this great all the way along and only loses once, and he's done.
And he barely lost.
Yeah.
That 9-pin or the 4-pin in the 9th frame,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit high, left a 4-pin, and that was. I mean, if he had struck there, there'd have been no turning back. And then he left that. But I mean, man, that guy can bowl. 58 years old, picking.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't miss a spare shot. I mean, he was on it. And
If you could compete with the power,
he was
if you're
number one.
accurate enough to compete with the power, and you're 58 years old, I mean that's like a right-handed Earl Anthony.
Right.
They used to try to intentionally shut Earl Anthony out of tournaments. He'd be the only person that made the top 24 when they used to do round robin every week,
Right.
and he would lead by 400 pins
But he
because
was-
the dude would split boards. I mean, at 40 feet or something, end
Yeah.
of the pattern. He would
And-
split boards
and
all day.
If you watch Norm Duke throw the ball, he was throwing like up 10.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't throwing and slinging it and whatever,
Yeah.
and he was just, I mean, he was deadly accurate. He wasn't relying on the ball to hook back like Simo was. You know, he was throwing it out, watching it hook back every time and ripping the rack apart. But Norm Duke was just that accurate. But it came down to that one, the 9th frame. I thought he was going to,
always a key shot somewhere.
yeah.
But
And
I even watched it during the week, and the way it was designed, you could play in, but you could also play where Norm Duke was if you were
Yeah.
accurate. But everybody decided to get left. The lanes are fresh, and they're playing fourth arrow, and they have a burn squad.
right.
And I was just talking to somebody. Maybe it was, I can't remember, but I was just saying, I'm sick and tired of seeing people have to throw the ball 30 feet down the lane. It's bowling. It's not throwing.
Right.
And they were. I mean, they were lost in the gutter cap.
And a couple
I mean,
of times they
Chris
got
Pye
us.
literally was lost in half the lane. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know where they're standing over like on the next lane almost in like a 2-step approach and just slinging it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. But then a couple of times I saw on the telecast Sunday where they're throwing the ball out and it never came back because there's like a dead zone out there.
Yeah, that was the thing. There was a ton of hook in the center itself because the lanes have a ton of usage on them.
Yeah.
And also the pattern itself was very flat in the middle, and there was a ton of oil to the right. So
Why all the red dye? I'm sick of seeing all the. I mean, it's okay, good. I can see it at home. Why can't they just superimpose that on the screen? But
yeah,
you see the bowler has a big red splotch on his shirt and red ink
even
on his
you
hands.
can even see it like on the pins.
Yeah,
See
I saw the red marks on all the
streaks of the blue or
pins.
red. Yeah.
And the pin deck. I could see on the pin deck.
They're trying to like dumb it down for people that don't know what oil patterns are, blah
Right.
blah blah. But you look at that. If you look at the pattern, it looks like a house shot. It looks like there's a build up in the middle, and it looks like the outsides are shorter.
Right.
But they can't. Well, they really should superimpose the ratio. It was only like 1.5 to 1.
Right.
So although the outside of the lane looks like it's dry, it's really not.
I was pulling for Norm Duke.
Oh,
Of course, I
was
think
too.
everybody was.
I've always loved Norm.
Yeah.
Always loved Norm.
Anybody like at Parker Bone, he was number 11.
Yeah.
I think I would have
Yeah,
loved to
there
see
were some
Parker
names there.
Bone, Norm Duke. I always like the old timers when they show up.
Yeah.
So
Me too. I've been
But-
watching since the 80s.
Pete Weber. I know I used to hate Pete Weber. It's like, of course, everybody hated Pete Weber, but man,
I
I
I
love
love
the guy.
Pete Weber.
Oh, absolutely.
I actually had the pleasure of meeting him,
Wow.
and it was probably one of the best stories of my life.
I think my favorite Pete Weber moment is where he was retiring. They had him on live TV, and he says, "Who do you think you are? I am, and don't you effing believe or forget it." Like
And
on
he
live
was
TV.
drunk
Yes.
as hell.
That was classic Pete
I'll
Weber.
tell you a Pete Weber story. This is, I mean, I love the guy anyway because it was his heart. You know, he was an open book. He showed his emotions. But anyway, I'm at this trade show in Pennsylvania, and it was like there was a regional kind of intertwined with it. I think Storm sponsored it, so there was a bunch of Storm people. I met like Kelly Kulick was out there.
Yep.
And we're at the main dinner for this trade show, and it's me and my buddy, and we go outside to have a cigarette. And who's outside having a cigarette but Pete Weber?
Wow. Yeah, he looked like a smoker.
And so we sat down on this little bench, and you know, we kind of like we were like, Pete Weber, like, I didn't have the guts to go up to him.
Go, hey, you're
He
Pete Weber.
turns around to us, hey, what's going on, guys?
Wow.
I said,
Hi,
wow. I said,
Joachim.
Mr. Weber, I've watched you since I was young. It's a pleasure to meet you. And the first thing that Pete Weber said to me was, don't ever effing call me Mr. Weber again. And I said, I'm sorry, Pete. And he said, okay, we're good. That's the honest to God truth how I met Pete Weber.
Wow.
And he stayed out there. We talked about like anything you could think of that wasn't bowling.
Yeah, he looks like him.
Football, baseball. We did. He just hung out with us for like 25 minutes.
That's
Just
Yeah,
talked.
he looks really
It was
approachable.
amazing.
Yeah. I think he just comes across wrong because, you know, you just know his past and his dad and whatever else, and you probably think, oh, he's, you know, high and almighty, but he's, you know,
He's
not.
he's funny, and he's a real human being.
Yeah.
He really is. We had such a blast, and for him to just sit there, he doesn't know us from Adam,
Right.
you know, and we just sat out there for like 25 minutes talking to him. It was
That's
great.
cool. Very cool. Yeah, you don't want to go like, hey, you're Pete Weber. It's like, no, you know.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Wow.
And even being a huge fan, I couldn't walk up to him.
That's
Didn't have to.
That's a great story, though.
Yep, that's
Great.
honest to God. That's a 100% true story. That was the first
So-
thing Pete Weber ever said to me.
So what do you think?
Don't ever effing call me Mr. Weber.
So what do you think of the new Gold Crown?
I love it.
Little
Absolutely. I loved it.
Trixie turquoise, and
Yes.
I'm telling everybody that's a different one. That's not the same orange masking unit. That's another one painted up. And it even has the foul indicator on it right there.
I saw that.
And
And it works.
it
Everything
works, but for some reason now, Streamlane doesn't want to work right.
Yeah, I saw that. It was weird. I think like something's shorting.
I
You
don't know.
Like a main ground or something.
I don't know, because it should only have one power wire running to it, and I have two separate plugs, so the power wire's in one of them, and with this one plugged in, some of the lights work. With this one plugged in, some of the lights work, but when it's plugged in together, they all come on, but like earlier, I cycled it, and when it came down and picked up the pins, they all turned off. But they're not
it's
full
like something
bright.
is backwards.
It's getting some weird voltage or something. I don't
It's
know.
getting voltage from somewhere, and you could see it. Like the other night, the pindication lights were dim.
Yeah,
And they were
And-
flickering.
yeah.
It was like reading backwards, but you could see the difference. Like
Yeah.
some were brighter than others, depending on what the machine detected.
Yeah, so we're not sure. I'm sure I'll talk to Rod J some more about it. He was messaging me a little while ago. We'll try to figure out, troubleshoot it, because, of course,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
have any
getting-
kind of wiring schematic for it. It's just a spaghetti mess on the backside of that triangle,
Yeah,
but it just worked, So I may have
it's
to,
getting some stray voltage from somewhere.
yeah. I took out the LED from the bow light because that's new, and I thought maybe having that in there might be throwing something off somehow, but that didn't do anything. So, gonna have to do some troubleshooting on it and figure out what happened.
I'm trying to think.
Because they're hardwired, they just piggyback off the other pin finder. So, they should have power in one wire and then 11 other wires that go through the switches that go to the 10 different lights. So,
Yeah, I'm trying to think. We got our mask they suck. I hate them. They only had 1 and 2 ball lights, and it's not they weren't separate. So the first ball light was on all the time, and it blew out all the time. And we ended up getting LED bulbs finally. And we had to it came right with the LED bulb, and the packaging was I can't remember the rating of it, but there was a ceramic resistor that you would crimp into the line for the ball light, because if you didn't, when the machine was off, there was phantom voltage going to it. You would see the both of the ball lights would light up really dim.
That may be what I found. The crown lighting, I think, on there has some inline resistor or something added to it that doesn't look factory. And it was like, yeah, it's older, so it's like somebody knows something that I don't.
Yeah, I know when I did that, because the owner was really good. He was a super good handyman. But I was the one who installed all the LED bulbs and stuff, because I was telling him, if you do one, it's really, they give you those little, they're kind of crappy, with the little plastic things with the metal, and you just kind of crimp them into the wire, snap them closed.
Oh, I hate those things. They never work for me.
Yeah, they worked all right for this, but I told him just make sure if you change any bulbs, that you put that resistor in, because it's gonna, the ball lights still work. You know, when the machine's on, they'll be nice and bright and everything, but they will glow at all times if you don't do this. And he said, "Okay, Johnny, you're in charge of installing all these lights."
Since you know so much, you're it.
Yeah, I'm like, it's just a little resistor. It's no big deal. He's like, "You're fine with putting the lights in?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Okay, you can put them in."
Good deal.
So it could be something like that. I mean, I can't. It was a ceramic resistor. Those white ceramic resistors.
There's one in there somewhere. I'll have to look and see.
Can't remember what the voltage was on it.
But I can't figure out why, when everything's on, it's not getting full voltage and working properly.
Yes.
So I haven't even troubleshot it yet. So.
Yeah.
One thing I will throw out there just randomly is I noticed the different font on the pin finders on this mask.
They
are. I like these better.
Yeah, this is
These
an older.
look like more 50s to me.
It is. You know? This is one of the original gold crowns. So it's
The
got
only
the
thing that
same ones that the double gold crown. There's kind of more of an oval shaped housing on the back instead of the big round cup.
I like these though. I never.
Yeah.
My first center that I grew up in had your orange mask. Same deal. Of course, the pin finders didn't work, but
Right.
the only gripe I have with this turquoise masking unit is I'm used to the lane number being in the top right corner, not over the crown.
I thought about moving it, but I thought, that's where it was originally, and I just figured I'd stick with what was there. I've got another one, which is lane 16, I believe, and it's right over the crown, too. So I don't know if it was just kind of because I'm used to them being in the corner.
Yeah, the top right corner. Every lane was like that. They weren't even, together,
Yeah. So, I mean, that's something I could go back and modify, and I can patch over the little 2 holes and paint over it real easy, but I just, for simplicity's sake,
I didn't know. I had no idea they originally came like that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because there's no other holes in the thing to where it was mounted somewhere before. And it's like a wood. It's not a plastic number. It's a solid piece of. It's like a particle board wood, like that brown kind of compressed wood. So It's a solid piece of wood that the number's made out of. So I'm sure it's an original Brunswick part. But I gave it a pretty much a complete restoration almost. I got a few more things I want to fix up on it. But it'll be as good as new.
I definitely, I loved it right away.
Good.
Like
good.
I said, the different, I noticed that font right away. I was going to say something, and you already said it.
Yeah, I think they came out the double gold crown because they kept the smaller ones, and then the singles had the bigger cups on them. But this one has the smaller font that's got this weird little font on there. It's not just a 5. It's kind of got you know what I'm talking about. It's cool looking though.
Mm-hmm.
But they're all painted gray. So luckily I had a set of other lenses that I changed out, but 3 of them were not. So I had to actually paint them. They're gray. I took some white paint and painted them enough to where it mimicked the 358 are painted. but you can't really tell because I painted them just enough not to go solid white, but just enough to kind of keep the same integrity of the other ones. So I didn't have a 3.5 or an 8 to match. So
I love it though. I think
yeah,
it's
thank you.
gorgeous. You know my taste.
Oh, yeah.
my taste is your taste.
Yes, exactly. Great minds think alike, right?
Yes.
Cool. Well, good talking to you again, as always.
Oh yeah, Rob.
Good to hear you
we'll
doing so
definitely
well
do this
today.
again.
Yeah.
It's been pretty good. We had that one hot day. I said we got lucky, bailed out of the storms. Well, the storms bailed out on us, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Cool.
it's been cool. You know, I always appreciate you having me on.
Always good talking to you. I know we just barely scratched the surface of your
We could keep going.
Yeah.
knowledge.
Yes.
But
I have. I'm not too old, but I know a lot of history. I'm so into
Hey
history
now.
of things and-
Hold it, you're older than he
I'm
is.
older than you.
By about, what, 2 days? 3 days?
I think a week.
A week. Yeah, Aaron and John are, like, that far apart on actual date of birth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
like
week,
literally
same month,
week.
same year. So they're both coming up on a birthday here pretty quick.
Not a milestone or anything.
Yeah.
No,
But
it's just
Another year
for
in
me,
the books.
it's the answer to everything here.
Right.
Yep.
Some people will get that reference, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good talking to you again. I'm sure we'll do it again soon.
Yes, Rob, appreciate it. As
Yeah.
always, having me on, Aaron.
Thank you for being with us.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll talk to you later.
Anytime, guys. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you later,
ya.
John.
Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Very cool. Always good talking to him. He worked at Slocum's, which they got 3,200 serial number Brunswick pin setters still in operation. And mine's a 3690, which is one of the originals, but his is 3,200 where he used to work. So those are some old machines. All right, we got time for one more. If anybody wants to call in, be the last call of the day. And we'll wrap things up here. If not, we'll talk bowling for a few minutes and then come back later in the week. Mike and I will be live on Sunday. He's now off on Sundays, so we can do our Sunday evening show. Hopefully everybody enjoyed. We had a pretty good turnout this past Sunday. We had Zan from Bowling League, Bill, who bowls on Monday night with me too. And then, of course, me and Mike. I'd love to get Josh up here one day again. He's overdue. Bring the gold pins, so we could bowl in the gold pins. If not, we could throw in the 5-pound magnesium pins that are like bricks. I think I got about 15 heavyweight pins. They weigh about 5. Usually a pin is about 3.5 pounds, and these are 5. They're really, really heavy. But, all right. I guess we are done for the day. Nobody else is calling in, so I guess we'll sign off for now. Thanks for chatting with us today and sharing all your stories and everything. Good talking to everybody. We'll see you later sometime in the week, I guess. If you're watching TikTok, Garage Bowling Alley, I'll try to post some more videos on there. Of course, Garage Bowling Alley on YouTube. And we'll see you guys later.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks.
You'll have to call in on the next one, Don. Rob has already taken all the mics off and turned everything off. Maybe we'll do another one towards the end of the week. It's fun sitting here and chatting with everybody. Goodbye, everybody. See you next time.